Not for the radio, NFTR, myself, Duane Jones, alongside Posty. All right, so we're going to talk about a serious issue today. Yesterday, there was a protest in central London, a club that a lot of us and a lot of you guys watching will be familiar with. There was a protest outside, something that's been going on for a while. And I'll be honest, I wasn't too aware of it, but racial discrimination in our clubs within the UK and kind of discriminating against physical characteristics. Yeah. So these four brave young ladies to the left and right of us basically put on a protest yesterday.
Hi, welcome.
I'll put my mic down.
Girls, I must say, you know, it's very lovely to have you here, but obviously it's a sad and serious situation. You guys have been through some pain, you know what I mean, some agony, and we just want to look after you.
Let's break down the situation. So, first of all, can you introduce yourselves? Your names.
Okay.
Left to right.
My name's Tasha.
My name's Risha.
My name's Lynn.
And my name's Zalika.
Okay, so Lynn, I think you was the one that kind of posted a text conversation on social media. Am I right? So can you run us through the day? What happened? You know, we don't have to talk specifics in terms of the club and the promoter, but can you run us through what happened on the day you experienced racial discrimination? Yeah, what happened?
Okay, so we arrived early. I was invited down, and I decided to bring these ladies with me. As I said, got there early, and when we got to the front of the queue, we were told by a lady, well, when I said the person whose table we were on, she said, no, the table is full, even though we were there at 10:15.
Yeah, we got there really early.
Yeah, 10:15. So,
what time's free entry finish?
11.
Okay, so you was on time.
Yeah.
No, but that's not why we got there early, because we've seen a couple posts about people saying, oh, not paying to get in. We got there early because the promoter advised us to get there early because that's when he would be going in.
Okay,
Right.
Okay.
Just to clear that up.
Okay, so you get there early.
yeah, we got there early, and she said, no, his table's full. And I said, that's strange, because he's not even here yet. And she said, well, it's full. So then I walked away. I called him. I said, what's going on? You have actually asked us to come down here 3 times. I wasn't going to come out my house. I was happy to stay at home.
So he was belling off your phone, this promoter, belling off your phone, texting you.
Messaging me, yep.
Okay, to come down, and you come down, yeah, okay.
And there's problems. I don't deal with shame very well. So the girls, they don't either, which is why we wasn't going to go to the rejects wall. They went to a store nearby, and he said, no, I can't believe this has happened. So then when he finally got there, he said, where's the ladies? I said, they're there. He said, they're gorgeous, but it's because they're too dark.
Mad.
I said, what do you mean too dark? He said, it's because they're too dark. But let me try something. Speak to the manager above him and to the lady. And all I could see was her like, no. So then he went to the manager and he asked the manager, but he didn't come straight back to me as yet. Then he called me because I went back to the store where these guys were. And he said, can you ask your friends to line up against the wall? I said, line up for what? He said he needs to see properly and take a second look at what they look like. And obviously I'm embarrassed now because this is my contact. And for me to have to tell my friends, go and line up against the wall so he can check you out.
So what, they had a security camera looking at you guys, or you had to take a picture and send it to him?
How did you do this?
Oh, the manager's outside.
There's curtains, so he's in and out of the curtains. So they've gone now across the wall.
Wow.
To the wall. And he's come back to me and said, the 2 girls are fat. Sorry, do you look fat? Are they fat?
You're just the right
so
fit
I don't
to
even
me.
know how he was able to see that I was fat. My coat was the same coat that I wore today, and it covered me from my top to my bottom, so I don't know how he was
I can't believe
Just
they
to
described you
clarify,
as fat. That's crazy.
You're not fat.
Yeah, like...
I'm just seeing back-offs and things. Yo.
Yeah, in that sense.
But whoever knows me knows
Maybe.
I'm into fitness and obesity. Yeah, I'm not into. But in terms of your body type, you can't help whether your bone structure is slightly larger than a size 8.
Okay, so you get, first of all, at that moment when he said you're allowed in, right?
Yeah, then he said, well, if it was just you, it wouldn't be a problem, which is when Zalika came over and said, well, you're thin, you'd be okay too.
Okay.
But he carried on saying the dark and they're fat.
Okay. How did it make you feel, yeah, when he denied you guys in entry to the club because of the colour of your skin and your physical characteristics?
Well, to be fair, I was quite pissed off because I didn't want to come in the first place because I was getting a cold, so I wasn't really in the mood to come. But I came, and then to hear that somebody of my own colour is judging me to say whether I can come in or not, I was quite pissed off.
Yeah, me as well. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, come to the West End to party and I can't get into a club because I'm meant to be overweight. Like,
so was you embarrassed?
I was embarrassed.
So these guys embarrassed you?
It was embarrassing.
And made you angry? Yeah, do you know what? I think Post, we've been to clubs before, central London clubs. I think you do...
Shutting it down.
You do...
You know how
that
we
goes
do.
without saying. But anyway, no, you do, on a serious note, you do see the same type of girl in these clubs. And I've never thought about it twice. I've always just thought coincidence maybe. But this must be happening
It happens
up
a
and
lot.
down the country on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Is that correct? This isn't just a
No,
one-off.
it's not.
No.
'Cause
No,
we've had a
it's
few
not.
people even contact us and say, yeah, it's happened to them at different clubs like China Whites and I think one called Libertine or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's happened to me before.
So why? Okay, so tell me something. Why, of all places, did you want to party in the West End? Why?
Because we was invited there.
Okay,
'Cause on a
yeah,
normal
you was
day, I wouldn't pick
invited.
up myself
Yeah.
and go to the West End.
Yeah.
Not
But
to
why
party.
not? Like, I like to go to the West End because
But everybody kind of knows that the West End is a difficult place to kind of go to if you haven't got a table. Do you understand?
I didn't even know that, to be fair. I just don't go to the West End to party. Like, I don't feel that they have anything that I would enjoy down there. So I don't really...
Was that like one of your first experiences?
That's never happened to me before. I've never experienced that before.
Neither have I.
I'm just shocked that, I'll be honest, now I'm thinking this as we speak. As men, we've had this time and time again. You lot ain't coming in. Do you know what I mean? Racial discrimination. And then you see a group of white boys behind you, they get in, because they're on the guest list or whatever. We say, we'll buy a table, we'll do whatever, but they still don't let us in. But to hear it happen to women,
Yeah.
I never thought.
I think that's why we're shocked. And I think before, loads of people have told me, and I'll put up my hand. Maybe I've been slightly ignorant to it before because I've never had an issue. And I'm the first to say to, guys and some girls, well, I bet you weren't wearing the right thing, or I bet you sounded, you weren't articulate when you got to the door. And because I've never had issue, I've shut it down when people tell me about that. And we've all done it. I've done light skin, dark skin jokes between us or, friends, and I don't take it seriously. And I think the reason why I actually posted, I was shocked, is because the way that he was so blatant and he's black and they couldn't get into an establishment, they're not friends with him. So it wasn't a joke, unlike some jokes that we may have.
For some people that haven't seen the text conversation between you and this promoter, let's talk about some of the things that he said. One of the things that, Posty, do you find this funny? I'm going to throw this to you. He said, this is central London, it's not Stratford.
Stratford Rex.
Stratford Rex.
yeah.
I think that's wrong.
That's disgusting.
I think that's wrong.
It's disgusting.
Men like that make me sick. You know what I mean? Especially if like you girls were dressed appropriately.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're all beautiful. I'll be honest. I haven't really seen much or followed too much of your story. I came up here expecting possibly a Butter's friend or somebody that could have let the side down. You know what I mean? Sometimes you go out with the guys and someone lets the side down, and I can't really see it, girls. You know what I mean? But touching on the dark skin and the light skin jokes, I think that there is a lot of that going on these days, and it's funny amongst ourselves. What color was the gentleman that you was talking to? The
I
promoter?
don't think he was too much dark.
So he was-
He was like,
He looked at our complexion.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
he was possibly talking to you in that nature because he probably feels like he's one of you. I'm not trying to justify.
Yeah, because he put LOL
Yeah.
at the end of those comments.
I'm not
didn't
trying to
he?
justify, and obviously you might have had a friendship beforehand or some
See, I
sort of.
didn't.
No, she'd never spoken
That's
to
the
him before.
thing. I didn't know him. So because I blog, Lin May Talks, I blog. So he had followed my blog, and he said, "You don't know me. I'm a marketing manager for Dstrkt. I really would like you to come down." He asked me a few times. I said no. Then finally I said, "Okay, do you know what? I haven't had a weekend out or night out for ages. Let me call the girls." And that's when I said, might as well go. But I didn't find it funny, and you can see from my response, I don't know you like that.
But I'm just playing devil's advocate
Of
here.
course.
I don't even like using that term. The other advocate, the other side of the coin. So basically, you've made some jokes in the past about light skin and dark skin. There's been some Facebook images going around that you made like a joke about how team light skin's winning or something like that. You know what I mean? So if I was a dark skinned boy at home, you know what I mean, didn't have too much of a life, I'm looking at you and you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. I don't know what your type of men is. I hope it's me, but I don't know, yeah? But I'm just saying, if I'm that little black boy at home, fat, whatever you want to say, and I'm looking across my Facebook and I really fancy you and I just seen you say team light skin is winning, how do you think that's going to make me feel?
Yeah, well, it depends on the conversation, first of all, because I don't think the full extent of the conversation was showed, first of all. But I would say if I'm having a serious conversation with anybody and I don't know you, I'm going to first see how you would take certain things like that. But that post that is going around, it was a private Facebook. It wasn't anything to do with my blog. And it was a time when a light-skinned guy, I don't know if everyone remembers, but he had blue eyes. And Oprah Winfrey, a black woman, was ready to break him out of jail because he was light-skinned and beautiful.
Oh, that prisoner guy.
Yeah, and that's what the post was about. So
it's my cousin.
What?
What's funny?
So to me, I think I've always been opinionated.
Sorry. I try not to laugh at him sometimes, but you have to. Anyway, continue. Yeah. Serious.
Yeah, I've always been opinionated. So when I saw it trending, and girls were a lot of dark-skinned girls were going crazy for this blue-eyed guy. Yeah, and I said, okay. Well, who would actually do that about a dark-skinned guy? And fair enough, it may have looked negative because it was tongue-in-cheek. But it was between a friend and some of it was jovial laughter, but it was very serious. And I said, Team Light Skin, because they've put him on a pedestal, this guy with light eyes. But would Oprah Winfrey break out a dark-skinned guy out of prison? Because I've never seen that before. I've never seen a dark-skinned guy get as much coverage as him, which is why that conversation took place.
Free Gucci, man.
All right. Do you know what? Do you know what's crazy to me? I feel like half of the girls in these central London clubs probably have experienced the same thing as you, but didn't tell the friend. Just kind of left out the darker skinned friend within the crew and left out the slightly bigger girl in the crew and just gone in. So I commend you for that.
So you stuck together, man.
Stuck together.
Like glue. So all right, cool. So this has all happened to you. It's been traumatic, whatever. You've had a bad experience. Now you're everywhere. You got all these publications posting your story. You got artists like The Weeknd, you know, kind of trying to disassociate himself with the club or whatever the case may be.
UK artists as well. Big up Stormzy for taking a stand. Yeah,
all these people are with you. You've had protests, people outside Dstrkt going ham. That definitely, when I was looking at the video, the people in Dstrkt going ham.
what did they do? What did they do in reaction to you outside yesterday? Were they still turning away?
They didn't.
They were letting in black people yesterday.
No, the manager, the marketing director, he was trying to save face. He came up to me because he was talking a lot of
and was turning away white people and letting black people in yesterday.
Well, to be honest, he wasn't even really busy.
Everyone that came there
yesterday wasn't really that busy. It wasn't busy.
Considering Karuche and Lewis Hamilton was there, there was no queue whatsoever. Yeah. But there was a case of a guy at the door who was white and he was giving two black guys trouble. And I just went up to them and I just said, carry on, continue what you're doing. You're brave to actually be still doing this after we've got how many people out here. And he was giving him clear aggro. And there was white guys, he just, yeah, all right.
So it was still the same yesterday.
It wasn't as bad. They were watching themselves. They were on their P's and Q's. They were watching themselves. But they were still doing it.
Did you try and contact Karuchi?
Yeah, when she came in, there's like the main door and then there's a side door. Yeah. And because they spoke to her on Newsbeat, BBC, and she said that she was willing to talk to the protesters outside when she came. So it was like, okay, cool. So when she came, they obviously tried to sneak her in the back door. We said, Karuchi, like, do you want to say anything? You said you'll speak to the protesters. She's like, this is nothing to do with me. And she looked, you know, she didn't want to say nothing. And she was quick to go in and her people were like, leave her alone. But you just said on the radio that you would speak to us. You're here now, you don't want to say nothing.
So was it one of you four that shouted out, that's why Chris Brown left you?
No, that wasn't us.
If it was Rihanna, she probably would have just protested with you though.
Exactly, Rihanna's that girl.
So check this out then. So obviously I know for a fact that, you know, obviously you're putting somebody's business at a bit of a jeopardy here. It's not looking good right now for the club. But also I don't want to just blame that club, because I've had experiences with other clubs even like my birthday parties or whatever. They tell me secretly between them, like the owner might be telling me, like, because he thinks I'm safe, he's like, we can't have too much black people or yada yada yada. So it's obviously not just that club. So what is the message you're trying to put across? What do you think that needs to happen now?
Also, I just want to say, I don't actually think it's just the clubs in the West End. I think it's also our culture and how our culture perceives dark-skinned women in general anyway. I feel like dark-skinned women are not perceived amongst black people as pretty. The whole team light-skin, team dark-skin thing, light-skinned girls are deemed as more prettier than dark-skinned girls. So how do you expect places like Dstrkt and all these clubs that look at our culture and want to adopt our culture, and they can see that amongst us, we don't even, dark-skinned girls are not even rated anyway.
I know you're not giving the club an excuse with that statement, but just to clarify, what you're saying is this problem starts with our own.
Exactly. Like,
but I don't really. I think you know, when you say that, I think that it's more a case of that is a joke amongst. It's not even a joke amongst black people. I think black girls, I think they have a mind frame sometimes that they just think black boys don't find them attractive.
I don't think it's a mind frame.
What type of men are you into?
I'm into everything.
Yeah, but what colour were the last 3 boys you were with?
They was maybe a little bit lighter than you, maybe your complexion.
He's just trying to make a move on you, but anyway, yeah.
No. I'm just trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, if your experience in life is with black men.
Yeah, but my thing is, I don't care if you have a preference or if black men have a preference. If you have a preference, that's your business. But then do not come and bring down another. I've seen on Twitter, Instagram so many times where black boys are saying, oh, dark-skinned girls are this, dark-skinned girls are that.
That's different to the whole dark-skin, light-skin team thing.
No.
Really, because
what about videos?
No, but the reason why...
Why are there all light-skinned girls in music videos?
Yeah.
Why? What's the lady who does
because you lot want to get jobs and all that, man.
No, but the thing what we're saying is that...
So light-skinned girls only want to be in videos?
Of course it is.
Light-skinned girls want to be in videos?
I think so.
That was definitely...
Listen, if there's a dark-skinned girl in the video, she's shaking her bum. That's all she's doing. You never see a dark-skinned girl as the main girl. You see a light-skinned girl. I can't remember the last video I saw where it was a dark-skinned girl doing the lead girl driving in the car, and she might be shaking her bum all the time. But the thing is, we never ever once said that Dstrkt don't let black girls in. We said we were too dark, and that's my point, that in our black culture there's a thing about the whole do you know white people, when we done our interviews with the BBC and all those, they was like, can you explain to us what you mean by too dark? Aren't you all black? Only black people do this whole team light skin, team dark skin thing. They don't
clearly
care.
The promoter doesn't do that.
But
the promoter was black, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, that's what I'm. It's why it starts with us. Like we don't. You get what I'm saying?
Can we go back to this light skin thing? So light skinned women, black women want to get jobs, and light skinned women would like to be up in a video shaking their bam bam.
No, but do you know what it is? Black girls are. I personally feel that not even trying to generalize too much, but I just feel like, you know, like, why are you trying to get me in trouble right now?
You know what? Eric, you felt everyone just looking like, what is this guy gonna say?
Where are you going with this?
Nah. Do you know what? I'll be honest. I was joking. But I'm saying that, I think
you're just trying to save yourself.
No, of course not.
Okay.
Of course not.
But you were deadly serious.
When I said what? Black girls want to get jobs. Black girls do want to get jobs.
No, then I said, but what do light skinned girls only want to be in the video? And you were like, yeah.
Yeah, but that's because you forced me into saying that.
I forced you.
Yeah, we were looking at me with your blue eyes, like, stop that.
all right. Music videos and obviously kind of jokes within ethnic communities about your own race is a different story. Like,
but I really don't think it is though, because the people in the clubs are normally, whether or not you lot get in all the time, are black boys that go in, all the rappers, whatever. What do they see? What do what do we see in your music videos? We see light-skinned girls. You go into clubs initially to pop bottles, and when you do that, you want to see pretty girls around you.
Yeah.
If you're saying, "Oh,
So
I don't think that,"
do we blame the rappers and the
No,
video
I'm
directors
not
and the
blaming-
record labels and for putting light-skinned women in the music videos, which then encourages club owners to say, I only want light-skinned women or white women within the club?
We've heard a lot of that Dstrkt. Oh, they want to adopt black culture.
Yeah.
And this is what they want to play our music, and they want to have black people, black boys, black celebrities in the club. But to be true, if we're being real, this is kind of our culture. This is how we like. Me as a dark-skinned girl.
Yeah.
Why should I have people coming up to me telling me, "Oh, I'm pretty for a dark-skinned girl"? Does that make sense? Like, what are you talking about? If I'm pretty regardless. So my point is, it's like him saying you got to be extra hot to come in the club.
So you got to be nicer.
You got to be nicer, and that's how it
in
is.
his eyes.
That's what I asked him. I said, when he said Stratford Rex, I said, cool, but there's, people that may not be favourable pleasing
Big up
to
Stratford
the
Rex,
eye.
by the way.
So with white people, you can get all in any race. Do you know what I mean? Go down the pub. I'm sure they can't get into Dstrkt.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question then. How do we fix this situation? Are you saying that the problem is within our culture? Is Dstrkt the problem? Is the promoter the issue? Is it the owner of that? Is it West End that's the blame?
Acceptance. I think acceptance is because...
Yeah, but we do accept black girls though.
No. I mean acceptance in terms of, okay, we've had mad support, love.
Yeah.
But then let's say the 5%. What's the point? Like, we'll just go and spend that cash. So I feel like the aim for a lot of black people and even like mixed race people is too money focused, because I'll see a white guy, oh yeah, £1,000 for a table, and then but you black guy, and they're not stupid, they know that they want to flash the cash, so they'll say, well, you £3,000, oh money, I got that. Like, why would you just saw my man just paid £1,000, why are you splashing what to show everyone you got £2,000 more than him, but you just got mugged? So acceptance in terms of, if you can see this is happening, you've gone to a club, why are you calling my phone saying, Lynn, why are you making a din? That's happened loads of times. But what did you do about it?
Exactly.
We're making a din because it's the first time like I said, I'll be honest, it's never happened to me. But it's the first time I've gone out with all my black ladies and this has happened. So I didn't expect all of this to happen. I posted something and it did, and I'm glad. But to say, oh well, that's what it is.
So basically you're saying that the next move is we should move more smarter, like don't get mugged. Take a stand on this, basically. Yeah. Where are we raving now, girls? Tell me.
Whose idea was it to protest?
It was a collective thing. We had a meeting and we all just was,
Was you worried it was going to kick off?
No,
because we said that we was going to make sure that we advertised that we want it to be peaceful.
Okay, and with kind of like the relationship between young black people and the police at the moment, what was the police's reaction to you guys?
Do you know what? The police were really positive. Yeah, even at one point, there was someone there and he kind of wanted to go on the other side because he felt it was going to be more of an impact if we was on the other side. But the reason why we wanted to stay on the other side was not because we were scared, but because we had called it the reject wall. So it was kind of a statement. And one of the officers who was white, she said, look, I actually agree with what you're doing, but to a passerby, this could be intimidating for them. I don't want you lot to get shut down. So please, because I actually believe in what you're doing and I think what you're doing is right. Right now, you're taking away from what you want because everyone's just getting worried that you're going to rush the door. Yeah, so go back and like, just,
too much black people are in the crowd in one place, it doesn't look too positive. Yeah. So it's better for us to do what they're asking. All
right. I've got to say, I feel hearing about, again, I commend you ladies because I never really thought about it that deep until I saw you protesting yesterday. But this is clearly something that's been happening for years now. I know Post said, what can we do moving forward? But I want to know more about the legalities of this situation. Are club owners, promoters, bouncers allowed to turn you away if they feel like they do not want a certain skin tone in their club? Are they legally allowed to?
No, there was something that we saw. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I saw it on my Twitter there is actually a law that says you can't turn somebody away because of their race, or on news beats they
based on their physical characteristics. So that would be your gender, sexual orientation,
even your
race,
religion. The guy said today as well.
And now obesity. So I know a lot of people have said, oh, because of business, it's up to them to decide. No, it's not. It's against the law.
Yeah. All right. That's good. That's good for everyone watching to know that. So basically, the legal reasons to be turned away would be if the club's full, or you're a troublemaker, or you haven't got the right clothes on.
Just clothes.
Okay, cool. All right. So what you ladies going to do moving forward? Is this something like you feel you've made your point, or are you going to take this kind of nationally and internationally, this whole thing? What's the plan?
You guys should start your own movement or something. Yeah. Because it's probably a universal problem.
Die down. It's too soon for it to just die down.
You're going to put out like a mixtape or something?
Touch on the mic.
Now, what are you going to do, ladies?
We definitely want some sort of change within the West End clubs. There shouldn't be a quota on how many dark-skinned or black people you want to let into your club just because you got 10% in there. Now you don't want to let any more in. It's wrong. It shouldn't be done. We're in 2015. Like, why is this still happening? People keep saying, oh, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Why not? Like, why? I don't understand why black people as a community were so happy to settle for things. Everyone's just like, just leave it, man. It's never going to change. Do you know why the gays and lesbians are now allowed to marry each other? Because they kept fighting and fighting and fighting, and they made noise, and they kept going and they kept going and they kept going. Us as black people, like, never mind. Doesn't matter. This is how it's been for years. Let's just leave it.
So we're going to regroup, strategize, and what we want to do is we want people to come to us and say, do you know what, this is my story. It's not just about district. People say it's just a club. It's not about that. It's bigger than that. Oh, you feel that you were discriminated against because of a job, or because you went to an audition, or maybe, again, club entry. Come to us, but now people are aware of how we've done it. Try and get some proof. Try and get, you know, pictures or anything to state, well, this is why I feel it was against my colour. Then we can build something strong around that and peacefully protest. Because I think if yesterday would have happened where there was one anybody kicked off, they'll be happy. The headlines will be like, well, that's why you didn't get in. You're rowdy. You're a bunch of rowdy people. So we want to encourage people to definitely, if you want to shout. But in terms of physical violence, no, we're about peaceful protesting. So we want to hopefully do it like twice a month, but we need the stories. We can't do it without the stories. So that's what we're going to go and do.
All right. Cool.
Well, I'm glad you guys definitely
Are you going to back us, yeah?
All jokes aside, I got your back, man. What great backs you have. No, I'm joking. All jokes aside, though, you're doing something positive, man. It's good that you didn't stand down. You get me? And yeah, man.
All right, cool. All right, thanks everyone for listening, and thank you ladies for joining us. Hope we gave a balanced argument. Not for the radio, NFTR. Leave your comments below.
Subscribe.
All of that.
Don't know.